I've spent my life pretending you're a great guy and trying to be like you. And the ugly truth has always been
that I'm not that great a guy and you're exactly like me.
Am I evil?
Worse, you're smart.
I'm out of excuses to not be who I am. So, who am I? What do I do?
Tired of intros.
Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to the stream. You join me just outside my my digs for the night here. Just here at the Suites in Melbourne. Just posted over here this evening just because I've actually purchased a new aircraft here. Brand new Cessna Citation CJ4 we've just purchased over in Australia. And we're here to give it a little bit of a go today. But first we've just got a few things we need to take care of. And yeah, let's go ahead and make our way over to the airport. And we'll start taking care of our pre-flight matters. Just going to make our way into the airport here. Beautiful morning here in Melbourne by the looks of things. Not too many clouds in the sky, a few stars out. Yeah, quite nice indeed. wander over to the main terminal building and check in with our FBO. I hope you're not hating on my shoes. These are my favourite shoes. They might be high heels. What of it? Probably best check before I cross the road. It's very quiet here at the moment, as you can see. Just gonna make our way into the terminal building here. Alright, here we are at Essendon Fields. Let's come inside and just get ourselves situated. Just thought I'd bring you guys in here as well, just while we wait for our passengers to arrive today. Thought we might as well just have a little bit of a look around the airport here, familiarise yourself with your surroundings, and then we can get underway here. You have to excuse my slow pace. It is quite early in the morning here, so just slowly, you know, getting the muscles working again. Oh, and look at this. We have an office here. Look at this. It seems like I believe this was the actual construction company for this airport. I think they actually made the airport and also designed it as well. So, yeah, big props to them. Let's pay them a visit and see what's going on in here. Ah, my man. My man's on with the coffee. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, my man is, I don't know. I don't see a kettle there, though, so I'm not going to partake in whatever is going on in this kitchen right about now. All I want is a coffee right now. Hello, everyone. I'm here to pay you a visit. Yeah, they seem pretty busy at the moment, just getting straight blanked there. So, yeah, let's just have a look around, see what they're up to. How you doing, brother? He seems to be looking at the blank screen with quite a lot of intent there. Do you think he was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator and it's just crashed on him? I'm not going to interrupt you two. You look like you're doing a very important conversation. Oh, looks like he's working on the plans for another new airport here. Very good. Very good. Let's check out the meeting room, see what's going on in here. See if we can get a bit of intel on the next airport they're working on. Just going to give myself a seat back down here. There we go. So, give me the info. Give me fill me in with the next project we're working on. Oh, I'm not supposed to be in here. Why? Okay. Okay, this is a private meeting. Okay. You're not supposed to just walk in off the street in here, even if you are a pilot. Okay. Never mind. Let's just pay a visit to this young lady over here. Clearly working very hard. I think she may be also having some issues with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Although I would hazard a guess that, I don't know, maybe they need a word with the IT department. I'm seeing not a lot of wires back there. I think someone needs to come and teach her how to plug in that monitor right there. So let's take a wander back outside anyway, and I think we probably best go have a look at our briefing package for the day. Let's see if we can find ourselves an empty office, and go do a bit of a briefing down here. I think there was a free office down here last time I checked. Let's see if we can get ourselves in there. As you can see, very, very quiet this time of morning. Not much passenger service at the moment. Oh, look, I see a good friend over there. Schutz 104, he calls himself. I think this office looks like it's free. Oh, it is, but it looks like someone's coming back. So, yeah, maybe we try a different office right now. What about in this one? I mean, it looks like it's in use, but I think we're just going to use this one. I don't see too many other people around, so let's just sit down right here and just get on with our briefing here. All right. So today we will be flying. We'll be flying from here at. We'll be flying from here at Essendon Fields in Melbourne. We're going to be flying over to Hobart today on Tasmania, and let's have a look at what we've got to contend with today, because we're going to have a full flight of passengers today. We're going to bring you guys along with us, and we're going to do a little bit of semi-sightseeing. And see if we can take in some of the beautiful nature in southern Australia here. So let's have a look then at our briefing first of all, and just see what we've got lined up for today. All right, so let's get out my my trusty fuzz pad here. I know it's a bit of an off-brand, but it's all I could get hold of. So, looking at our operational flight plan for today, we have a flight plan here set up from Essendon to Hobart, which our FBO has kindly set up for us. We're not going to go into too much detail here, as you know, we're well versed in the Citation CJ4, and we know what's expected and what we're going to do. So let's just briefly sum up some of the main components of the flight today. So the distance is 384 miles, and we are going to have a little bit of a headwind. The winds are in our favour today, fortunately. And looking further down, cruising flight level is going to be 410, flight level 410, and 41,000 feet. So yeah, cruising nice and high up. We've got an alternate of Yankee Mike Alpha Victor, and then coming back down, we do need to order some fuel in. So we'll need to order 1.3 tons of fuel. Last time I checked, I'm not sure if Cessna actually delivered the aircraft with fuel in at all last time or not. So we're just going to have to make sure we speak to the fuelers before we get underway. And it would probably be good if I actually knew how to read this properly, because we actually, let's see, we're actually going to need 1.375, not 1.321. So that's what we're going to need for today. And our alternate route is here, but we're highly unlikely we're going to need that. The weather is looking pretty fine. But nevertheless, it's there if we need it. Our routing today as well, pretty straightforward really. Not too much by the way of many instrument procedures available at these two airports, and we're basically just going to We're just going to depart straight out, and we're going to pass through a couple of NDBs here, 3 NDBs in fact, and then we're going to drop in on Hobart, and we'll have a look at the arrival procedure into Hobart and the departure procedure from here at Essendon in a moment, but it isn't quite what we're used to here on the channel. Fairly small airport, so we'll have a look at that. Coming further down here, we are hoping to get out at 7:30 Zulu time, 19:30 Zulu, which is about 6:30 here in the morning in Melbourne, and we're hoping to get off the blocks. We're hoping to take off approximately 19:50, so about a 20-minute little leeway there for the taxi, although it won't take us that long because it's very quiet, as you can see here at the airport. We've got a total of 7 passengers today, and our fuel we've already been through. So, full aircraft. It's going to be nice and cozy in the back there. However, you will be pleased to know I've got some brand new leather seats fitted, so your comfort should be at the all-time high. I've also got a few tubes of Pringles and a couple of Starburst packets as well, in case you get a bit of a sweet tooth during the flight. And then coming further down, let's have a quick look at the all-important weather. We do have some SIGMETs in place with severe turbulence, severe icing, and embedded thunderstorms in the area. We'll have a look at our charts momentarily and see if that's actually going to affect us. But always good to be aware of the big picture. So we'll check that out momentarily. So departure and META, we're looking at winds of 190 at 15 knots. So fairly breezy here in Essendon, and a QNH of 1009. And Hobart, we can expect, again, pretty gusty conditions. 240 at 16 knots, gusting 26 knots. And QNH 1006, 11 degrees. But other than the wind, pretty fine weather. Might expect some showers on the departure here in Essendon. So we'll see how that goes. We'll check in with the ATIS as we get underway here. So that is our departure here, really, at that's our OFP at Essendon. What we need to do now is we'll go ahead and have a look at some of the charts and just familiarise ourselves with the departure procedures once we get underway. All right, so let's have a look then. First of all, checking out the airport chart itself, the 10.9. So a plane currently hasn't arrived yet. It's just on its way over. I think we need to actually tell our FBO to bring it over. They can speak to the ground services for us. So let me just give them a quick call, real quick, and we'll see if we can get them to bring that over. Hello? Yes, okay. Yes, I'm going to need the aircraft brought over in approximately about 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Right, so they're going to bring that over fairly soon. Signal was quite bad, though. I'm not sure if they could make out everything I was saying there. Yeah, not very good receiver on that phone. So, yeah. So we are going to depart from the RPT apron. I'm not actually sure what the acronym stands for, to be quite honest. Anyway, we're going to have our aircraft towed around here for us, and we're planning to depart runway 17. So from there, we'll just taxi out to runway 17 via Papa, Romeo, and Tango. So fairly straightforward taxiing. Again, pretty small airport here, so it shouldn't be too much of a task to navigate. And then the departure itself. So we've actually been given special clearance today by the authorities here in Melbourne. They've given us authority to depart VFR, although we will have a look at this departure procedure here so we can be aware of all possible outcomes. And we're going to actually do a VFR departure at low altitude and low speed, and we're going to actually have a quick fly over the city of Melbourne for our passengers today. Very special passengers on board, and we're going to just give them a little bit of a quick flight over Melbourne on the way out. So the departure for our runway itself is I mean, the departure itself from here anyway is more or less it's a radar-based departure. So ATC will give us vectors after 1,000 feet, which is fairly straightforward. However, we've been given special clearance today, so we are going to ignore this to a degree. We are going to take note of the transition altitude at 10,000 feet though, and the airport elevation of 282 feet. So that is our departure. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. But if we have a look at our en route chart here, we'll just have a quick look at what we intend to do. So we've obviously got Melbourne down here, and Essendon Fields right here. So we're departing to the south. So what I intend on doing, I think, is we'll take an immediate left turn after 1,000 feet. Sorry, a left turn, yeah, to roughly 090, and we'll take another visual right turn to 180, roughly, and then we'll join on to our IFR flight plan from there. What we'll probably do on the departure as well is we'll take off, and after 500 feet we'll more or less immediately go to climb power, and we'll bug on flight level change. We'll bug in the flaps up speed in the CJ4, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but it says it on the speed tape. So we'll bug the flaps up speed, and then we'll do our turn around Melbourne, and hopefully get some nice views on the way out as well. So that is our departure procedure. I hope you guys understood. If you got any questions, please feel free to let me know. Oh, I'm just getting a message in my ear there. RPT, regular public transport. Okay, fantastic. Oh, that is good to know. Thank you very much for that voice in my ear, Teddy Saunders. All right, so let's continue having a little bit of a tour around the airport, because we do have a little bit of time before our passengers arrive for the day today. And let's see, what time is the actual sunrise here in Melbourne? Approximately 6:35 a.m. So we've still got about another half an hour to go. So it is a sunset flight today, so we'll just continue just having a bit more of a browse around here as we get underway. Alright, best get up out of this seat. Okay. Now then, let me just slip my heels back on 1 second. Okay, alright. Oh god, they're tight. Right, okay, let's carry on. So I think we've seen really the main part of the airport here. Ah, someone's forgotten to put a glass pane in that door there. But let's just continue on round here and have a bit of a look around and see if there's any other little secrets we can find. We've got the offices of Beach here. I'm not quite sure what they do, but let's have a little peek in, see if anyone's in there. Oh, no. Okay, no. Nobody in there today. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose it is quite early in the morning. This is a bit earlier than your average traveller is going to get up to come to an airport like this. Alright. Let's make our way back around to the check-in area. And we'll see if we can see if our aircraft is on its way around yet. Okay, so we've got some more offices here. It's quite a big one actually, bigger than the construction office of the airport. What were they called? Orbx? Orbx? It must be an Australian-based construction company. I've not heard of them in the UK here. Let's just wander on down. Toilets there in case you need, you know, to relieve yourself before we commence on our journey today. Alright, let's just make our way down. Back to the check-in desk and just see if there's anyone milling around. I think, actually... Maybe let's pay our friends at the construction company Orbx. Let's pay them a visit and see if we can just hang out for a few minutes whilst our aircraft is on the way over. Now then, Tim? Is it Tim? I can't remember your name from earlier. I do apologise. Oh, I still not got the coffee, dude. Please. Killing me. Right, okay. So let's have a bit of a chill round here. They didn't seem too bothered by our presence before. As long as we don't go in this meeting room here, I don't think they seem too concerned. Too concerned with our presence. So we're just going to chill out here in the Orbx office, see if we can see our plane arriving here. If it's actually going to arrive today. The ground crew did say they were bringing it over, but not seeing too much evidence of that just yet. So maybe we just sit down in this chair right here and just see if we can rest for a bit. These heels are digging in, so take every opportunity I can to sit down here. Right then, how are we doing today, guys, then? How are we doing? How did I get the footsteps? What do you mean? They're just the sound of my feet. Oh, look, there it is. Brilliant. Our aircraft, fantastic. It's nearly here. All right, let's go outside then and wait, and then we can jump straight in. Whoa, all of a sudden it seems to have gotten really busy in here. I can hear loads of noise and sounds. Oh wow, okay. Looks like maybe they just opened to the public then, I guess. It's weird, I can hear a lot of people everywhere, but I can't see them. There's our beautiful new aircraft coming in. Just ordered from Cessna, Australia. Oh wow, it's quiet out here. Just us and the crickets, eh? Alright. Beautiful. So here's our aircraft. Beautifully parked by our rampy. Fantastic work, fantastic work. Alright, great stuff. Oh, there's some people in there already. What are you guys doing? Bruh. Alright, well, let's jump inside anyway and have a bit of a look around, make sure everything is as it should be. Oh, very dark on here. Maybe we should get in the flight deck first of all and get some lighting sorted before we continue on any further. Let's get the battery on. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's all gone wrong. This happened last night for some reason. I don't know why it does it. Damn it. Damn it. We're going to have to kill the immersion for a second there, guys. We're going to have to kill the immersion for a second there. I've bought a duffer. Yeah, I certainly have. Yeah, it's weird actually. When I was doing some tests last night, that same thing happened, but then I restarted the sim and it worked fine. So I don't know why it does that. Guys, I'll catch up with some of the chat once we get underway here. Just having a bit of a play around here. There we go. There we go. Let's just pretend nothing ever happened. We all just blacked out. I think I've had a headache all day, so you know what it's like. Oh. Where's the sound just gone? All the fans have just stopped working. Oh, wow, what's gone on here? What in the world is going on? Some things work and some things don't. Oh mate, this is kind of annoying. Oh god. Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is, guys. There we go. It's one of my keybinds. One of my keybinds is conflicting. Also explains what happened last night as well. Alright guys, so welcome on board this brand new Cessna Citation CJ4. So what we'll do first of all is we are going to go ahead and... oh, I've done it again. let's get out of the footwell for a second here, and we'll just go ahead and get the ground power connected. They're treating us very well here at Essendon Fields because we've got the ground power available for us. Just going to click on this button real quick. Something to do with Navigraph. There we go. Whatever Navigraph is. Alright, so let's go ahead and start getting things punched in then. How about we first of all get some lighting. So, where are the light switches? There we go. Fantastic. Nice and bright in here. And is the lights for the passengers as well? Oh, yes, there we go. And you can see the brand new leather seats we've got in this model. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, and we've got new carpet as well. Very good. Very luxury. Hope you guys are going to enjoy your Pringles in the back there. So let's jump on down here for a second. And... just for a wee minute here, let's do a bit of this. Okay, so let's bring in our flight plan for today. Okay, so we've got a discrepancy here on the MLNDB, which is South 3739, East 14450, so we're here on this top one. Lima Tango, which is a Launceston VOR, I believe. South 4132 and East 14712, which is this one. And then the Hobart South 4250. Okay, not that one. Okay, so this is... the lat is wrong, but the long is correct, and the frequency is correct. That's interesting. Okay, fine. We'll accept. Okay, so executes. Now, what we could do with doing before we get too far into this process is... turn the brightness down a bit on that monitor. How about we go outside and do a little bit of a walk around and just make sure everything is okay on the aircraft before we get too deep into this. I'm just getting a bit carried away here. First things first. Let's jump back outside then and see what's what. Okay. This plane came with a teleportation device actually, so don't worry about how I just ended up behind the aircraft when I was in the cockpit before. Just a little freebie that Cessna threw in. I didn't know if you... Some people don't know they're into time travel and teleportation. So anyway, let's have a quick look around the aircraft. So initially, I just need to sort out my pace here a bit. Still early in the morning, so I've definitely need to just wake my muscles up a little bit. So let's have a quick look. The nose is all in good condition. Radome looking fine. Pitot tubes, static ports all looking fine. Nose gear looking fine. Tire pressure looking good. Moving down, all latches are closed here for the baggage. Drain mast looking good as well. leading edge of the wings. Looking fine. Let's just ask our first officer here, or our pilot monitoring, to just flick on the nav lights for us as well. Leading edge of the wing looking fine indeed. Nav lights looking good. Wow, I never noticed how detailed the modelling is on these nav lights. Anyways, all the static wicks are in place. All three looking good. No damage down here or under the wing. Engines themselves fully latched, all looking good. No foreign debris from what I can see in there. Although it is very dark here at the moment. Although you can see the sun is coming up very nicely. Very nice indeed. Looking up at the tail, everything's looking fine. Static wicks all in place on the horizontal stabilizer. Left engine looking fine, no foreign debris. All looking good there. Grey mast at the back looking good. No issues there. Cargo compartment is latched here as well as this battery access panel. That's all nice and closed. Fantastic. Looking at the trailing edge. All looking good. Oh, just poked myself in the eye there with the static wicks. That's going to hurt. So we've got, yeah, all static wicks are in place. Nav lights okay on this side as well. And leading edge looking fine. No issues there. Let's just quickly get underneath and just check the main gear. All looking good on this side and the right side as well, which we did forget to look at, but I think we're fine. This is a brand new aircraft. I can't see Cessna delivering it with a flat tyre. So all's looking good on the outside then. Let's go ahead and jump back in then and we can get things set up. Okay, so jumping back down to the CDU here, we're going to go ahead and make sure this is all filled out properly. So perf in it. And oh, I've just realised we I can't speak. We do still need to ask the fueler to come across and fill us up. So we're gonna need a little bit of fuel, not too much though. We've already got 1.3 tons on board. I think that should probably do us. I'll take another 100 kilos. And I might just take another 100 on top of that as well, just to give us a bit of buffer for this visual departure we're doing. So 1.4 tons should do it. And then our payloads for you guys in the back. You guys are coming in at 540 kilos. So there we go, travelling light I see. Wise choice, never good to have tons of bags here on this small jet. Alright, so let's carry on with the setup here. So perf in it. And we've got 7 passengers. And a 0 fuel weight of 5203, which is correct. And the fuel on board 1463, that's looking good, giving us a gross weight of 6666. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and set our takeoff performance. Now, can we speak to the ATIS here? That is a question. Yes, we can.
Essendon Airport information, Golf 19.
So 17822 on the wind.
Visibility 6. Sky condition 2,400 feet.
Temperature is 15.
600 feet
Nice and warm.
Temperature 15. Dew point.
QNH 2980.
decimal 80. Visual runway 17 in use. Landing.
ATC always giving me the QNH in the wrong format, but luckily this aircraft will convert it for us, so that's fine.
Backhaul short instructions. Advise control.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got the 80s. Let's go ahead and input that information. So that's all looking fine. As you can see, fairly blustery here in Essendon. We're not going to need anti-ice for takeoff. We will use flaps 1.5. And the V-speeds. Let's send that off. And that should take it over to our primary flight display here. There we go. Fantastic stuff. And we can go ahead and tune in. Well, we can go ahead and set the proper QNH here. 1009. Fantastic. Okay, so let me make sure these are all in the right position because these were being a little bit funny. It must be just the new fit. So that's all good. We can turn the flight directors on. We're gonna set our initial altitude to something fairly low. Melbourne ATC have cleared us to do a fairly low pass over Melbourne, which we're gonna take. We'll go for 8,000 feet, and that's fine with me. We'll stick the terrain display on the primary flight display, just because we're going to be flying low here today on the departure, and I think we're more or less ready to take on our passengers now. So we should see if they are in fact ready. Tell you what we'll do is we'll just jump out for a second and we'll just see if we can go and meet our passengers in the terminal building, see if they're ready yet for us. Oh, I didn't put my heels on. Hang on one second. Let me just go get those on. Right. Okay. There we go. There's the heels on. Alright, great stuff. Let's just see if they've arrived. Alright, I don't see them in here, so let's head on over to the main entrance and just see if they're here. Alright, I'm not seeing them here just yet. Maybe they're on the way over from another corner of the airport. Let's just go back to the aircraft anyway, and we'll see if they make an appearance. Oh, okay, they're already out there. They must have just slipped out the other door. Okay, let's get back on the aircraft then, and we can start getting ready to get underway. Sun's coming up nicely here in Melbourne. Very, very good. How you doing, lads? How you doing? Enjoying the nice temperatures here. I've just come from the UK actually. Only about 5 degrees the other day over here, over there. 15 over here. Didn't even bring a sweater. Hang on 1 second. I've just got some runaway heels. There we go. So how you feeling? Okay, this guy doesn't want to talk today. He just seems to be blanking me. I'm not even going to attempt to open a conversation with this guy. This guy looks far too determined. He's staring off in the distance at something. I can't quite see what it is. I like your sunglasses though, dude. Very nice, very nice. Alright. Let's jump on board then. It looks like we've got a couple of colleagues joining us today. We've got Pascal over there. Very nice. In his CJ4, and Schutz with his ravishing paint scheme. That paint scheme would match my that's going to match my heels pretty nicely there actually. And then this is the paint scheme I've gone for here on this new Citation. As you can see, you've got the nice gold stripe down the side and then the dark underneath. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I thought I'd go with something a little bit more earthy for the Australian version of the aircraft. Thought that nice gold stripe represented the Australian countryside quite well. There's a lot of orange, yellowy hues. So anyway, enough philosophy. Let's jump on board. And we can start getting things ready for departure. So let's have a quick look down here then, and let's have a look at our checklist for today. So bringing up our checklists. Normal checklists before starting engines. So, before starting engines, checklist. Battery switch is on, emergency light switch is armed, standby flight display is on. Avionics, they're actually fully on because we have got ground power from the kind people at Essendon Fields here. Parking brake is it is set. Wheel chocks, I've just removed those. You guys didn't see that, but very quick hands, so don't worry about that. The cabin door is now closed. Can't hear them crickets anymore, so yeah, nice and sealed up. And passenger briefing is not complete actually. We do have our passengers on board now, so let's go ahead and just run the briefing for you guys in the back real quick. So let's go and bring up the briefing menu. And we're going to give you guys a bit of a seatbelt lecture first of all.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
No.
Please fasten your seatbelt.
I actually haven't. Oh, it turns on by itself when you do that. That's quite nice. And then we're going to do the safety briefing.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs.
Both on now. Very good. And then we'll give them a takeoff briefing. We're going to go for the short one. These guys know the drill.
We will be taking off shortly. Please turn off.
Passenger briefing is complete. Seatbelts and pedals are adjusted and secured. Exterior lights are set. ICAS is checked. FMS is checked and set. Climate control is off.
And fasten your lap belt and shoulder harness.
All right. So starting engines. Throttles are indeed at idle. Good thing I checked those though, because I just need to actually do a bit of this real quick. Do-do-do-do-do-do. So we'll go like that. Just doing a little bit of back-end maintenance here. Can't remember which profile I used for the CJ4. Not this one, not the secret project controls. I think this is going to be the right one. No, actually, will it? Will it be the right one? Yeah, that is the right one. Okay, and just checking the flaps. That's all good. And the spoilers, all good. Right. Okay, so throttles are idle. Engine starter. Let's go for the right engine start. Let's close the checklist off so we can monitor their engine starts. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? It's so weird not doing a proper intro to the stream. I thought I would do something a little bit different today, just because this airport, I was so impressed with the visuals on it. It inspired me to do something a little bit different today. Something, you know, so we can kind of just really drink it in and see what is actually possible in this sim. Because not only that, the Phoenix video that they released last night, please tell me you guys have watched that video from Phoenix. But that one, yeah, it really kind of inspired me as well a little bit. So, yeah, big props to Phoenix on that amazing video. It's so, so good. But welcome to the chat, guys. I hope we're all doing well. Who have we got in the chat? We've got Santiago, Asa, Chris, the commentator, McLaren, Jacob. Who else have we got? We've got Venom. Mariner, welcome to the chat, dude. Greedy Man, HP Nomad, welcome to the chat, dude. Lackwed, welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's been a while. Ellis, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And yes, Greedy, yeah, it was kind of a little bit of role play. I thought it might be quite amusing. It definitely was better in my head, but I think that was okay. Tom B, welcome to the chat. How did I get footsteps? It was just a video I played from YouTube, just for the sound effects. Same with all the other sound effects that you just heard, really. Have I been drinking? Oh, it worries me. How many people actually ask me that? So I've got Dave and Chris both wondering, have I been on the rum again? Brilliant. Brilliant. Fernando asked, do I have to buy the sceneries and airports? You don't have to, but it's up to you if you want the better scenery, basically. I'll catch up with the other questions as well once we get underway, by the way, guys, but I'm just trying to answer some of the main questions. Drone cam, yes, Tom, we were using drone cam, yep. I was using drone cam in combination with, I was using Track IR, or an app on my phone, basically. It does the same thing, in combination with the drone cam. Wait, dude, Greedy Man, you got a code for this airport by scanning the QR code? No freaking way. Guys. Did you guys, does anyone else want to give that a quick try real quick? Give it a scan, guys. See what it does. I've not scanned it myself. I'm going to scan it and see what it does. mean, obviously I've already got the airport, but I'm just still intrigued. Oh, you have to log in? I don't know if it's going to do anything for me, obviously, because I've got it. Wait, what? You got something redeemed. Alright, key redeemed successfully. Wait, it worked for me as well. Wait, what? I'm just gonna see what it does. My products. I'm not seeing anything new anyway in my library, so I don't know if it actually works or not, whether it's just a debate. You guys will have to let me know if you get anything. You guys will have to let me know if you get anything. I'm not sure if that's just a debate or not. Alright, next up, I got all excited then. I thought that was some amazing secret we just found out. Right, so, back to the checklist then. Throttles, idle, we've done that one. Starter, everything looks good there. Opposite engine, we'll go to the start on the left engine now. We shall monitor the startup. Oh no, you guys didn't get anything either. Oh, that sucks. Wait, Gritty Man, you did get it though. You did get it, so someone can get it. I guess it was maybe that code is just a one-off code. Gritty, you'll have to seriously let me know if you get that, because that is very interesting. Yasmin, good evening. Looking forward to sitting back and relaxing. Yes, yes, a very nice, comfortable jet here. We've got brand new leather seats, as you can see. Brand new leather seats here. If we jump into the back, oh yes, look at those. They look so comfy. Let me just sit down real quick. Kick my heels off. 1, 2. Right, okay, so 2 good engine starts. Let's go back to the checklist. Opposite engine starts. External power, we can go ahead and disconnect. Okay. Electrical system, we can check that. We can see that all here, and everything is looking good. So, starting engines checklist is complete. Great stuff. Okay, so before taxi, let's just do that. Avionics is on. Climate control, we can go ahead and turn that to norm now. Passenger light safety button is on. Trim is trim is set. Flight controls. Where's the yoke on this side? There it is. Flight controls. All looking good. Fantastic. Speed brakes and ground spoilers, we'll go ahead and check those as well. All looking good. This yoke is so obnoxiously in the way. Flaps, we'll set those to 15 for departure. Hydraulic pressure is checked. Engine only anti-ice is not required. Takeoff data is set. Avionics as checked and set. Autopilot is, we'll do a quick test.
Autopilot.
Okay, all working fine there. Great stuff. Altimeter is set 1009. Pressurization is verified. Actually, having said that, pressurization, I'm not actually sure how you would even check that in this aircraft. I don't think you can at the moment. Because you've got this systems page, but obviously this is just electrics on the left-hand side here. You've got the oxygen level on the aircraft, and then you've also got the hydraulic pressure and fuel flow. On the next page, you've also got the trim settings, and that's it really. I would imagine this CAS page right here, that button would actually bring up the pressurization in the real aircraft. So pressurization is set, ICAS is checked, aft divider door is latched open. That is before taxi checklist complete. So let's go ahead then, and we're going to start our taxi out. We'll just before we set off though, I'm just going to turn the cockpit temperature down here. It's getting a bit toasty up in this cockpit right here. We'll just make sure you guys have control of the air conditioning in the back. So we'll go ahead and put the cabin temperature. We'll go ahead and turn this all the way back round to remote. Well, I was going to put it on remote for you guys so you guys could adjust it in the back, but it seems like that is not a possibility. Alright. Let's get underway then, guys. Beautiful, the sun has risen. What a beautiful day. Let's release that parking brake. And we'll get our taxi lights on. Beacon light should have already been on. Logo light as well. Okay, so just going to taxi on straight forwards here and then take a left onto the taxiway and head out to the runway. We've got Pascal with us and Schutz, fantastic. Beautiful. Tried it everywhere, but nowhere to fill out the redeem code. Well, for me, it took me directly to the redeem page. I think on Orbx's website there is a, if you go to orbxdirect.com or orbxcentral.com and type /redeem, I'm pretty sure you can actually redeem there. I don't know if that's the same thing as what it showed on the QR. Alright guys, so just to recap on the departure. Anyway, just going to recap on the departure. We're going to take a, we're going to depart straight ahead, hold runway heading till 500 feet. 500 feet, we're going to go to climb power, continue on the same heading. We're then going to take a left turn, 090 degrees at 1,000 feet. And then we're going to take a visual right turn towards the south to fly over Melbourne. Melbourne is one of the photogrammetry cities that was added in the update, so looking forward to having a bit of a poke around, see what it's like. We'll go ahead and do our taxi checklist. So exterior lights are as required. We'll do a brake check. All looking good there. Sorry if that's just cooked you behind me. don't think it has. Okay, so brake check is done. Parking brake, we've already released that. Brakes checked, we've already done that. Nose wheel steering is checked. Flight instruments are checked. Taxi jet list is complete. Before takeoff, we don't need ice protection system. Rudder bias is checked. Seat belts are upright and outboard. Flaps are set. Speed brakes are 0. Trim is set. Crew beefing is complete. Just hold it there for a second. Holy moly, look at how steep this taxiway is. We'll get our TCAS on and set to above. We'll go ahead and turn the traffic display here on the right hand side. We'll turn the weather radar on this side as well. Go around button is pushed. Battery amps are checked. Ice protection is as required. Pitot heat can come on now as well. Exterior lights are set and ICAS is checked. And that is before takeoff checklist done. Seem to get stuck on the brakes there, but let's take a moment to appreciate this taxiway signage. Absolutely brilliant. This is the steepest taxiway I've ever seen. Holy. And I didn't want to actually come on the runway here because we're not at the end, but that's my fault for not paying attention. Let's get the strobe lights on anyway, and the landing lights. We'll get the pulse lights on as well. Oops. Right, okay. Little hangar over there, fantastic. This is such a good scenery, guys. It's absolutely unbelievable. Alright, okay. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? Okay, then. Take off. V1 rotates. Positive rate. Gear up. Just going to hold about 15 degrees here just to control that speed a little bit. 500 feet. Let's go back to climb power now. And 1,000 feet. Let's go ahead and take a bit of a left turn here to 090. And we'll get the yaw damper in. We'll also get heading mode in as well. And we'll go to FLC at 200 knots. And let's engage the autopilot just there. In fact, let's not do that. We'll engage it here. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. Very high angle of attack because we're quite slow, but that's fine. We're not really getting to see much of Melbourne here because of the clouds. Flight level change is set to 200 here, but it's doing this thing where it doesn't seem to want to climb again. Where it doesn't seem to want to get the right speed. What did we do last time? We did VS and then back to flight level change. There we go, that's working. Great stuff. Alright, there we go. Oh, baby.
Altitude.
That was a nice little peak that we just got there. God damn it, this aircraft's so quick, isn't it? Alright, I tell you what we'll do then is we shall do a little bit of a spin around here, just so we see if we can get a bit of a peek at what's going on here. So we'll assume we've got our clearance to fly visually in the Melbourne area for the time being. We'll come back on the throttles and we'll bring the flaps to 0. We're not going to descend, but we'll see if we can get a nice little glimpse at what's going on down here. Buttery smooth frames though at the moment. Very nice. Look at that. A couple of stadiums down there. Looks like they're POIs that were modelled in. I think Orbx did those as well. God, they do a lot of construction in this area, don't they? Very nice. The photogrammetry does look quite good, but we are quite far away. But yeah, actually it looks probably about the same as everywhere else. Bit funny looking. These buildings though, they look like they're modelled in separately to the photogrammetry. But it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. I mean, you can't really deny photogrammetry. I mean, photogrammetry, it does look pretty poo up close, but it looks so good from the sky, I will say. Couple of bridges there as well. Couldn't tell you what they are, I'm afraid. This is not a sightseeing tour. This is just a little taste. This is just a little taste. A little treat for you guys today. Okay, I think that will do it. So we'll go ahead and turn on to our outbound course now, which is going to be this way. We'll take a nice long right turn here. Back over Melbourne. And we've picked up a fair amount of speed there. So we'll take another little right turn around here. Oh, there we go. Very nice. A few ships down there as well. Very good. Keep the turn coming. This is very nice, isn't it? Okay. Let's wind the altitude up to our cruising altitude of flight level 410. And we're going to go to FLC. We'll wind the speed back to 240 knots. And we'll bring in the power. Go to standard pressure. Like so. And there we are. Wave goodbye to Melbourne, people. We're on our way to Hobart. Stick my head out the window here, don't mind me. Very good. Very good. Okay, through 10,000 feet now, get our logo light off and our pulse lights. We'll leave the safety signs on for the passengers now, and what we'll also do is we shall continue turning. And then we are going to do our after takeoff checklist. So back to the checklist menu here. It doesn't seem like you can. Okay, so next checklist. So after takeoff, landing gear is up, flaps are 0, throttles are climb, yaw damper is on, autopilot is on, ice protection is as required, passenger lights as required, landing lights are off, pressurization is checked, altimeters are set and cross-checked. After takeoff, checklist complete. Right, perfect stuff. And then we'll go ahead and arm LNAV. And we're on our way. Fantastic. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that anyway. Something a little bit different today for the beginning of this stream. So I hope you enjoyed. And might even have a bit more of that to come when we get to Hobart. We'll have a look. Hobart apparently is a very detailed airport. I've got the NZA simulations scenery for Hobart, so that should be quite cool to check out. Alright, let's have a look then. So, catch up with some of the chat messages now. If you've asked a question, guys, and I miss it, feel free to ask it again in the chat. Just getting to grips with a slightly different format today. And there we go. Off the south coast of Australia here, over to Tasmania. So before we go any further as well, this is I've downloaded a texture pack for the interior here. You probably noticed it looks different. We've got these brand new black leather seats in here, or more like a brown colour, aren't they? And then the carpet as well. We've got a little screen up here. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. And then some of the bar and stuff like that. And in the cockpit, it looks a little bit different as well. You guys might have noticed once again. It is a little bit different. Not too different, but you know, the yokes are a bit more detailed. The texturing and the texturing in general just looks a little bit more sort of, I don't know, a little bit more lived in. And then this colour on the side is a little bit different as well. And you might ask yourself, oh, is that just changing the colour then? Is it not, you know, is it not you know, authentic, if you like, or realistic? But this this paint scheme, well, textures should I say, not paint scheme, it's actually based on a slightly newer version of the Citation that is in the sim at the moment. So it is actually based on the real option you can get in the aircraft, which is very nice. Anyways, let's see if I can catch up with some questions then. Excuse me. VATSIM Velocity, Wolf Gaming. Yes, I've updated VPilot, but obviously not flown on VATSIM yet. Well, maybe that's not obvious, but I haven't flown on VATSIM yet since it released. We'll probably do a VATSIM flight later in the week and check it out. But yeah, I updated VPilot a bit earlier today. Let's see then. So UK Flight Slimmer is asking, anyone else find how the working title one does autopilot annoying, like in the base, it's easier, okay to do? I'm not sure the question there, UK Flight Slimmer, actually. If you want to rephrase that, maybe it'll make more sense. I don't know if I've misunderstood there. Bill, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. What do you think is the best price quality plane for Microsoft Flight Simulator? I would say the DC-6. The DC-6 is very good, but if you don't want to spend that much, I would also recommend Now, I don't have any personal experience with this next aircraft I'm about to recommend, but I would recommend the Kodiak. That is very good as well. And if you want something even cheaper, I would highly recommend the Wing 42 Bleriot 11, which is one of the first aircraft ever built, and it's very, very fun and very, very authentic experience. It's so good. So there's 3 different price points there. Good evening, DK. Welcome. Hope you're well. Saw you last night in Blue Games. Yeah, I saw you in the chat as well. Good to see you, dude. Welcome. I should. Yep. Already there. Wolf Game. We've already got. I've already got the new V Pilot. Looking forward to seeing people do their landings in V Pilot in VATSIM properly. But I'm doing fine. Thank you. Yeah. How are you, Wolf? How can one move in the cabin view? So, Sammy, that is a good question. And something I get asked quite a lot on stream, actually, because, well, it's not entirely obvious, really. So, when you're in... Excuse me. When you're in the default cockpit, you obviously can't walk back here. So, what you have to do is you have to set up a custom view using a config file. Now, the easiest way to do it, to be honest with you, is not even bother with the config file. I would personally just go on flightsim.to. In fact, I'll try and find it for you now. And there is a file on there that you can get. Yeah, so there's a file you can get on flightsim.to, and it basically has custom cameras for basically every plane in the sim, and then basically if you set those up, it will allow you to move again in the cockpit, and then you can adjust them to your liking, basically, so you don't have to mess around with any config files. Oh no, we've got a problem. It doesn't seem to have recaptured the LNAV path there. Probably because it's not actually gone on and advanced to the next waypoint in the flight plan yet. So what we'll do is we'll just give ourselves a direct to ML. No, we won't. We'll give ourselves a direct to LT. There we go, that makes more sense. So yeah, if you go ahead and download that file, Sammy, check it out. I put a link there in the chat, and yeah, that should get you started. You can look up, if you're really interested on how it all works and how to actually do this in the first place. If you just go on YouTube and search for custom camera view, custom wing views from Microsoft Flight Simulator, there should be something there. Do we have GeoGuessr in this stream? Probably not this one. No, I kind of want a few more entries before I actually do it, because I don't want to do them all and then just run out immediately, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Blue Stream was good. Yeah, Wolf. Yeah, it was. Yeah, nice and chill. Very good. Area of the world I've never flown around either in the Bahamas. So yeah. Yeah, very nice. How much do I know about ProSim A320? Not that much, to be honest. Not that much. I mean, obviously it's some kind of simulation platform that allows, you know, cockpit builders and various other entities to create a realistic A320 experience for, you know, for professional pilots, for, you know, people who just want to go and have a go. I don't really know too much about the specifics of it, but I do know that it is obviously a very high fidelity platform for people wanting to simulate the A320, and in fact Phoenix are actually using that as a platform for their A320, so yeah, it's very, very interesting. Yeah, LNAV is FUBARD. Make sure it's advanced to the next waypoint then. Yeah, I totally didn't realise it, because we did that departure in a little bit of a different way to normal. It didn't advance. What do you think is the best airline livery on Microsoft Flight Simulator? I mean, there's so many liveries available. It's really just personal preference at this point. You know, there's so many liveries that I couldn't really. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of the Scandinavian liveries. Both the old one and the new one. I really like those. I like the Air Portugal livery. What else? I don't know, to be honest. There's so many liveries out there. It's difficult to say which one is the best, so to speak. So yeah, it's just personal preference, really. There's many good liveries. I think it's just a case of I always choose my liveries based on the flight that I'm trying to simulate. So I don't know if you're aware or not, but you know, when we're here on the channel, probably about 95% of the flights we actually do on the channel are real flights that happen in the real world. So you know, I just choose the livery based on that, and I don't really care what airline it is. I just want to do a cool route. Do you know what I mean? So I just pick the livery, and that's that. So I can't really advise on a best one, so to speak. Someone say GeoGuessr. Yes, Mariner. Yeah. So on my Discord, we started a bit of a feature for the stream. Alt cap. So we started a bit of a feature for the stream whereby I want people to submit their flight sim screenshots, and what we're going to do is I'm going to try and guess whereabouts in the world they are as part of the stream. But I've only had a few very good entries that I've not looked at in too much detail because I don't want to ruin it for when I actually do it. But yeah, just guys, if you're watching in the chat right now, I don't know if I think some of you might not be even aware of this. If you go to the Discord for the stream, the link is in the description of the video. We're trying to get some of your screenshots for Flight Sim, and I just want you to drop the screenshot in there with no background info or anything, and I'm going to try and guess as a feature on the stream where you are in the world when you took the screenshot. The only thing I would ask is as long as there is some reference to the ground. You know, it doesn't have to be on the ground, but as long as there's some reference to the ground, because if it's just totally overcast, then that is going to be just almost impossible to guess. But if you can obviously have some reference to the ground, then that'll work. Got some fridge butter today. Fantastic, Land O'Lakes. Love to see it. Love to see it. Well, we're in the butter machine today, the CJ4, so I'm hoping for the same myself. Oh, I see what you mean. UK Flight Simmer. Got you. Right, okay. So, the nav mode is working fine for me. Sometimes sometimes I find that some of the modes don't engage cleanly on this aircraft, so you might have to just change to a different lateral mode before it'll work. So what you could try is, say for instance it wasn't working, you could switch to heading mode and then back to nav and see if it works. But other than that, what I would suggest is that in this aircraft it actually works a little bit different to some other aircraft. So if you're used to flying some of the other aircraft in the sim, sometimes what happens is if we press nav mode, the aircraft will just fly straight towards your flight plan that you've input. Now in the CJ4 it doesn't do that because that's the realistic operation. What you will actually need to do is you will actually need to capture the LNAV path, which is the lateral part of your flight plan. So what you actually need to do is, if you're some distance away from the flight plan, you actually need to vector yourselves on heading mode, and you need to get yourself close or nearly on the line before it will actually capture. So if I go to heading mode, for example, and then turn away from the line here, just as an example, this might not work very well here because I'm going to have to turn quite far to demonstrate my point, but anyway, so if you were flying away from the line, you would then press nav mode, and then what's going to happen there is LNAV will be written here in white, and that means it's not captured the LNAV path, and then once it captures it, it will go green. So if it's written there in white, you need to make sure that you are on the LNAV path before it will actually capture, or you need to be very close to it, let's say. So hopefully that answers your question, but it seems to be working absolutely fine for me, so I can't really think of anything else unless you're... In fact, actually, there are some liveries that are incompatible with the working title CJ4, so another thing to consider as well. If you have a look on the livery creator's description of the livery, then it may not be compatible. But generally, the aircraft does tend to give you a warning. It pops up on the screen saying incompatible livery if it's not compatible. So another thing to check there as well. Frontier for the A320 in the USA. Yeah, that's a good choice. I quite like the Frontier livery. Ryan E says, I've got some cockpit parts and wanted to know if Phoenix would support it as hardware, but I can't get the answer. I know ProSim does, that's all. Yeah, so I imagine if ProSim does support it, then I can't see why it wouldn't be supported by the Phoenix, but that's really something you need to try and speak to them about, or at least just wait until they release some more information, because yeah, I mean, obviously their product is based on ProSim, and they're going to be running some code outside of the simulator as well. So it might work, it might be compatible, but again, I suppose that's something that they'll be able to answer for you at maybe a later stage. But that's pretty cool. What kind of hardware have you got? Laurid's DK asking, where am I from? I am from the UK, from the north of England in Yorkshire. Going to fly, work it out tomorrow, hope it works. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, it seems to be working pretty well for us today. Very nice indeed. What is the blue arrow moving left to right? This one. Here. This is just indicating that we've got the weather radar on. I know it's a pretty rare sight to see a Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it does actually work in this aircraft. Like, you can actually see there's some little spots of precipitation just behind us there. Thanks for the info, mean lot will subscribe. Oh, thank you very much, UK Flight Sim. That's very kind of you, dude. I'm glad I could help. I mean, if you've got any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Lorids asks, my Google crash, did I answer? Yes, I did answer, DK. It was, well, I'm from the UK, north of England, West Yorkshire. FCU, MCD autobrake unit, and getting a motorized pedestal quadrant unit. Dude, that is freaking awesome. That sounds so cool, dude. You'll have to, if you actually make it into a proper build and get it all set up, you'll have to post some pictures in the Discord, dude. I'd love to see that. How far from LT am I? I am 102 nautical miles. Tom B asks, is it on the marketplace now? Are you talking about the working title? Working title is not on the marketplace now. Alright. So, it looks like no one got any free scenery out of that QR code then, I guess. That's quite unfortunate. That was a proper debate though, wasn't it? Like, I don't get it. Why are they doing that to us? Rakon asked earlier on, sorry I missed your question. Anyone that has an idea what the resolution for the DEM for Australia? So, I don't know, but they tend to get sort of 10 to 20 meters DEM, but I don't actually know. They didn't actually announce that. They've probably said it in one of the Q&As in the past, but I honestly cannot remember, to be quite honest. Also about the Fokker as well, it looks much more modern than expected. So yeah, there's a few different variants, I believe. I've not got it myself yet, but there is a few variants, and one of them is a retrofit version. There is some classic versions as well, so there is an option to fly the thing, you know, as it was back in the day. So there's quite a few variants actually, similar to the Junkers. Had quite a few variants there, as well as a retrofit. Stephanie, welcome to the chat from Paris. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. I've not seen your name before, so big welcome to you, and thank you very much for the kind words. Clem asks, what graphics card do I have? Anything about my hardware, Clem, is down in the description of the video, but I have a NVIDIA 3080. Ben says, I plan to fly along, but I keep losing the mouse cursor. That's a strange one. I've never heard of that one before. Do you mean the normal mouse or the Xbox mouse cursor? Because I know there's, if you use a controller, then there's a cursor for that as well, isn't there? But yeah, that's a strange one. I would advise checking your dead zones for your controllers. It might be worth setting a little dead zone. Maybe that's something to do with it. Oh, Chris spotted the secret project. I'm not going to be saying anything about that though. Hey, Chris has got some Instagram influencers on board, love it. HP Nomad, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but you're doing a complete reinstall of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I would say that's not really. I wouldn't have thought that would actually help your situation with that issue, but if it does, please do let me know. I'd be very intrigued to know. But I know there have been a few issues with the marketplace last few days, so I wouldn't necessarily chalk it all down to your efforts or your install. Venom Films asked earlier on as well, is the airport used for passenger operations? I assume you're talking about Essendon Fields, and I believe it is. Yeah, it is used for commercial flights. Not many, but I believe it is used for some private. Well, yeah, it's used for commercial flights, but I don't think any of the big airlines fly there. It's quite a small operation, I think. Just reading the comments from the intro. Hey, Asa, glad to hear that, dude. That's amazing. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. That's fantastic, dude. I remember when I recovered from my bout, and yeah, it was a good feeling. So I'm glad to hear that, dude. Awesome. Awesome. ProSim want a €1,500 license. Was just wondering on the flight model, as currently fly-by-wire and only FCU works at present. Yeah, fair enough, dude. I mean, I can't really give you any more information on it at the moment because I just simply don't have it, and neither does anyone else really. So I would probably just wait until they can release some more information, or maybe give Amir a private message. Maybe he can answer you in private. Alright, let's wind the altitude down. I'm going to wind it down to 10,000 feet, and we can have a look at the charts for Hobart. VNAV is engaged, so we should start down on the descent once we pass through the top of descent there. We didn't do our cruise checklist, did we? Throttles pressurization and ice protection is checked. Pressurization for the descent, landing elevation. Now, I don't think you actually have to set that in this aircraft. It says set landing elevation, but I'm 99% sure there is actually nowhere to set it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there isn't. So that's set. Ice protection is as required. Altimeters are set. Exterior lights are set. Okay, great stuff. Where's our top of descent just gone? It's just disappeared. So I'm going to give myself a VS of 1,000 just for now. Bring the throttles back a little bit. And I think it's because I don't have an arrival plugged in, which is probably the case. So let's have a look at the instrument arrivals to Hobart. There are actually some RNAV arrivals, but for whatever reason, SimBrief didn't feel it necessary to give me them. So we'll just go for a. We'll just choose one of the final approaches here, and we can also check the METAR at Hobart, which is YMHB. Winds are 240, so we are going to go for runway 30, and we'll go for the RNAV Zulu approach. So we'll brief that in a moment. But first of all, we'll get it all plugged in. So we're going to go for the RNAV for runway 30. We'll go for the Zulu, and the transition we want is, I don't suppose it matters too much. I am more inclined to go for I'm just going to see which one's going to give us the most scenic arrival here. Because Hobart have some photogrammetry as well, so... okay, so we're going to go for the RNAV for 30, as I've just said. We'll choose the HB tech transition, and we'll execute that. There we go. Now we've got a top of descent. Let's just reduce that descent rate so we can capture the path. Okay, so that is in. Let's check our legs page. I'm going to leave that discontinuity in, actually, because we'll go to vectors and we'll put ourselves on vectors once we get a bit closer. Just because HB is actually over the airfield itself, I believe, so we don't want to necessarily. We'll just vector ourselves somewhere in between where we are and the NDB itself, or the VOR. Okay, we should be coming over the coast of Tasmania now. We are indeed. Here we are. Fantastic. Very hazy. Very hazy. Although we are quite high up, so I will give them that. Right, so let's go to the perf page and stick in our approach data. So the winds are 240 at 15. Temperature is 11. And the QNH 1007. Let's excuse me, send off the details to our PFD. They won't show up just yet, so that's all in, and we're good. We are good. We should see a capture of the VNAV path at some point. Let's just see what happens here as we go through the top of descent. Because I feel like this top of descent is calculated from the altitude that we were at when we changed the approach here. So it may not necessarily capture. But also we've got some details here. There we go. Okay, fine. Yeah, I was right. No worries there. Okay, so let's do a briefing then. So we are going to be flying the RNAV Zulu runway 30 into Hobart, Tasmania, Australia. It is an RNAV arrival, so we don't need to input any frequencies. Final approach course is 300 degrees, and the airport elevation is 13 feet. Transition flight level is 110. MSA is 5,600 to the west of the airfield. MSA is based on ARP. Which I don't actually see on this chart anywhere. Oh, there we go. Yeah, ARP, which is the airport reference point. It's not actually based on any particular VOR. That's fine. So, no worries at all. And there is no circling west of the runway due this terrain here, so that's fine. We are going to vector ourselves over this side, but we are going to assume we've got clearance to visually align ourselves for the approach. So I'm going to take that. And that's it. The descent angle is 3 degrees, which is standard, and the minimums. So we have LNAV and VNAV available to us, and the missed approach climb gradients. We can do the 3.5% definitely. So we're going to go ahead and get the minimums in for this one. So 370 for all categories of aircraft. 370 feet. So I'm just going to set that. Okay, that is set. And that's about it, really. Not too much else. Looking at the airport itself, it's quite a small airport, so we're coming in on runway 30. We'll depart. We'll probably exit the runway at either Delta or Charlie. Don't really have any other option. And then we'll take a left or a right to the main terminal here. We'll pull up on the main terminal to give our passengers nice, easy access into the terminal itself. So if we have a look at the chart here, let's see what else we've got. It's not that much else detail on this one. But obviously we've got the main terminal here, and I imagine this is a GA type apron over this side. Surprising actually how little information there is on this chart. So there we have it. Doing an RNAV approach should be a lot of fun. Missed approach, we didn't brief. Track direct to HBTEH, then track 300 degrees, climb to 4,200 feet, or as directed. So fairly straightforward. And the CJ4 obviously can do RNAV go-arounds and things like that as well. So very, very nice. But we're not going to be needing a go-around today, are we? Are we, chats? Are we? Right, okay, so we're on the VNAV path now. We are descending down. I'm going to go ahead and set this to... we'll set this to 8,000. Actually, no, we'll set it to 5,600, which is the MSA for this west side of the airport that we are descending over. And then for the RNAV approach, our altitude we want to be at is 2290. So we'll come down to 5,600, and then when we get on vectors, we'll come down to 4,000, and then we'll come down to 2290. Right. Okay, let's have a look then. Oliver Smith, hello. Welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Fokker seems really like the Junkers or Junkers. Yeah, I've heard some strange comments about that. Seems to be a similar scenario to the Junkers, but yeah, it's I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I've not seen very favourable reviews, is all I'll say so far. It does look kind of nice, but at the same time, I did look at it myself on these reviews, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not that impressed by the look of it, to be honest. It looks very sort of FSX-y, if that makes sense. It looks a bit off. Just in terms of the texturing and visuals. Let's see how we're doing anyway. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Clem says, sometimes I rewatch some of your older streams in my very important classes on my phone. Very good. Very good. Well, I'm glad you enjoy the content enough to watch it back. Yeah, really appreciate that. Clem? Frederick, hello, dude. Oh, you're in the Eiffel Tower. Fantastic, dude. That's amazing. What's going on up there? What are you doing? Commentator, yes, runway 30. And yeah, we've got the minimum set there, no issues at all. Has anyone got the payware for Pyongyang? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I didn't know there was one, to be honest with you. Ryan asks, what is that app that you're using? That was SimToolkitPro, Ryan. With the Navigraph tab in there as well, because I'm subscribed to Navigraph as well. Never knew you could get into the cabin on the Cessna. Yeah, of course, dude. Yep, you just need to set up some custom cameras. I was talking about that earlier on in the chat. Okay, so we're on the VNav path. We're looking very, very swell. What we're going to do here is we're just going to fly over, like I said earlier on. We're just going to fly along, and at some point before we actually reach the airfield, we're going to break off to the right. And then I'm going to swing it round to the left to join on to the RNAV approach for runway 30. Very nice scenes here. Very cool palette of colours here in the Tasmania. Could I make a video of how to get into the cabin? Well, there's a few videos on YouTube already on how to make a custom camera. What I would recommend is if you... In fact, I've still got this link right here. I'll drop this link back in the chat again. So there's custom cameras there for every airplane almost in the sim. At least the default aircraft. And if you drop that file in there, then you can get into the cabin nice and easy. Simone, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon to you too. Oh, Gritty Man, I missed your message there. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot what context that was in now. So you said, yeah, pretty sneaky. I honestly can't remember what we were talking about there. FJB, no problem at all, dude. No problem at all. So, how are we looking then? Still got 30 miles to go to the airfield itself. See if we can spot it. So this airport that we're flying to is going to be, like I said earlier on, is the NZA Simulations payware for Hobart. And apparently it is very, very good. NZA Simulations seem to have a very they're a new developer, but they've had a very positive response in the community by the looks of things in terms of their scenery, and it's very detailed, very, very detailed, and they're very keen to point that out on their website. So looking forward to this one. I've not looked at it at all. I've not watched any reviews. I literally just bought it on the basis that I like the screenshots and I've heard good things. So looking forward to this. It should be pretty cool. Obviously there is a sale on at the moment on Orbx Direct for a lot of Australian sceneries, so that was one of the ones that I grabbed. Oh, it was about the QR code. Got you, Gritty Man. Fair enough. Yeah, that was a bit sneaky, wasn't it? Oh, thank you very much, Clem. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad you learn a lot. I do try and impart my knowledge where I can do. I've been QRA'd, have I? Not again, Joseph. Not again. That's happened before. I think I'll be fine. We've got all our authorization to be here. I remember once we had someone on VATSIM try and intercept us while we were flying from Nice to Corsica, and I was looking it up in the end, and I was trying to find out whether he was part. He said he was part of the VATSIM NATO group, and that he was allowed to intercept me or something like that. And I actually ended up going and speaking to the president of the VATSIM NATO group, and he was like, no, this guy was chatting shit. So it turns out this guy was just trying to troll. You remember that, Chris? Yeah. Yeah, that was it was quite amusing, wasn't it? Also, guys, I don't know if I know I mentioned this earlier on, but if you've not seen it yet, I need to drop in this video of the Phoenix, the new Phoenix video that they dropped, because I've never seen anything like it. Looks like just so next level for flight sim. It's just absolutely unreal. I'm going to drop it in the chat anyway, guys, and you guys need to go and watch it, basically. Discord, what are you doing? I could show it here on the chat, but I'm sort of getting ready for the approach here, so I'll just drop it here. There's the video. Yeah, it sounds like the same one you've seen, Gritty Man. Ah, Joseph showing his true colours right now. We'll be seeing you. But yes, the commentator, that is an actual group on VATSIM. Yeah. Yeah. There's a NATO VATSIM. There's all sorts of different ones, actually. Okay then, so we're getting pretty close now. Only 5 miles to go really until the airport. Actually, we can see it right in front of us there. Great stuff. So let's go ahead and go to heading mode. I'm going to brake off to the right. And I'm going to idle the throttles because we are going a bit quick. Get the landing lights on, the pulse lights instead rather, the logo lights on as well. Beautiful, guys. This is Hobart. There's the airfield down below. There's actually another little airfield here, which has got some very narrow runways by the looks of things. Alright. So we're braking off to the right here, and then we're going to take a left turn in towards HB Tech. So Hobart apparently has photogrammetry as well, but I mean, there's not that much here, is there, for photogrammetry? Oh, actually, no. Okay, it's over here, isn't it? We'll give it a quick fly over and just see if we could see anything nice. No G-Fuzz today. No, Gritty, no. This is our brand new aircraft that we purchased from Cessna, Australia. VH Bob. Alright, there we go. So we've got discontinuity. That's fine. I'm going to put HB Tech at the top here. And I'm going to execute that. Oh god, this photogrammetry is ropey, isn't it? Oh my lord. That looks pretty bad, doesn't it? I mean, it's hardly even loaded in. Maybe I need to go closer, but holy crap. That's not that impressive, is it? Okay, we'll give ourselves a left turn then. Put in a bit of extra throttle here because we have reduced our rate of descent here because we've taken a bit of detour. VNav is still managing the descent for us, which is nice. Fernando asks, do you have to buy sceneries in airports? I think I answered that exact question earlier on, Fernando. But no, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. I mean, it's really, really up to you. There's a lot of free stuff out there, but there's a lot of paid stuff as well. And the paid stuff is generally worth it. But it's really down to you at the end of the day. There's no requirements. UK Flight Sim would really like an Eastern Europe and the Stans World update. Yeah, well, I'm sure they will get round to it at some point. They're planning on updating the whole world, so I'm sure they'll get round to it, but it's just a matter of time. Simone's asking, could someone answer my question, please? Well, Simone, the reason I didn't answer that is because it's... I can't... I think that's Portuguese, right? So I can't read that, unfortunately, dude. If you write in English, then I'm happy to answer it, but... unfortunately, I can't read that. I think Greedy Man might be able to, though, so maybe Greedy Man can help you. Or maybe you can translate. Portugal and Spain are next, Greedy Man. Yes, the Iberia World update, yeah. Stan's meaning Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. Yep, got you, dude, got you.
Altitude.
Vart, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Okay, so we're leveling off now. I'm going to come to idle power and bring the speed back a little bit. Alright, so let's do our approach checklist real quick. Landing data set, crew briefing complete. Flight instruments are checked, minimums are set, fuel transfer fine, exterior lights okay. I'm going to give myself a left turn as well. And we're going to arm nav. Okay, we've got LNav captured straight away, that's fine. Flaps will set to 15 on when we're inbound. Passenger briefing is complete. Seatbelts are up and out. Seatbelts are adjusted. Passenger light safety button is on. Pressurization is checked. Okay, approach checklist is complete and we're looking good. We're going to continue descending down. We need to go down to 2,290 feet, so I'm going to set 2,200. Right, there we go. We'll get the power back in. I don't want to get too slow here. I'm not going to go to flaps 15 just yet. Just because that's going to add so much drag. We really don't need to. So we've got V-path again, and we are descending once again. Fantastic. I didn't check the fixes here in terms of the altitudes, but it looks like it's all okay. So we're looking good. Speed is up and down here. It is quite breezy, as we said earlier on. We've got 20 knot crosswind at the moment. We'll go ahead and arm the approach. So we've got LNav 1 is still active approach, and then glide path is white. We'll go ahead and set the QNH, which we should have done earlier really, but we'll set that now. Very important for a RNAV approach to have the correct QNH set. Bring the altitude back to 1,300 here. I'm not sure if it's going to capture the glide path here or at the next fix. I think it's the next fix. I think it is. So we're going to go to idle power. I believe you can actually show the missed approach on this screen here as well. There it is. There we go. The missed approach is shown in blue. Okay, it's stopped descending for whatever reason, and it doesn't want to capture the glide path, so we are going to go ahead and disconnect. We're going to go for flaps 15, gear down, and we're going to get the yaw damper off, which it is, and we're going to come in for a approach. We're definitely a bit too high here, but let's see if we can recover this. This might be a go-around, guys, because I think it's just the autopilot's just messed up on me here. Go to flaps 35, see if we can make this happen. Very steep descent for you guys in the back here. Oh, I think we can just about slot it in. Nah, I tell you what, guys, we'll just go for a go around. Gear up. Alright, we'll get the AP in, and we're going to put the altitude up to 4,000, I think it was. 4,200 for the go around. I didn't go to toga power there just because it's a little bit more manageable. And we're going to go to flight level change now. And nav. Flight level change is stuck in Mach, so that's strange. VS, and then back to flight level change. Is that going to work for us? Yeah, that seems to be working okay, just about. There we go, I didn't actually engage the autopilot there, my bad. That was quite nice, actually, in terms of go around procedure. That was quite well done, I think, considering I've not done one in this aircraft for freaking ever. Right, so we are on the go around path now, as per the charts. So let's go ahead and just punch the approach back in. So we'll just deselect it and then reselect it. Anav Zulu, HB Tech, and we're going to execute that. And we're going to assume ATC is now giving us vectors. We'll get the flaps to 15 now. And go to flap 0. We'll go to heading, and we're going to give ourselves a left turn. Should have synced that up beforehand.
Altitude.
Okay, altitude capture. And you can see these new textures here have this beautiful weathering, sort of dirty look on the screens as well, which is quite cool. So we've got a discontinuity. I am going to disregard that for the time being. Oh, look at this. Didn't see this on the way in, did we? Very nice. Very nice. Oh my god, the speed's jumping about all over the place here. Holy. Eric, welcome to the chat, dude. Thank you very much. Yes, that is my brother, yeah. Yeah, guys, if you've not seen that yet, I have put another stream that is coming soon. Next Tuesday, we're going to do a stream whereby I'm going to have my brother on the stream. And, I mean, he's not really into, well, he's not into flight simulation. He's not really a fan of aviation, so to speak. And we are going to simulate a scenario where we're going to have both pilots incapacitated. I'm going to try and talk him down from the sky, basically, to land the plane. So yeah, it should be very, very interesting, I think. What's my favourite airport in real life? Good question. I don't actually know, to be honest. Doha is pretty cool airport. That's probably the most impressive airport I've ever been to, I imagine. I can't really think of any more off the top of my head. I'll try and answer it once we're on the ground, because I'm just trying to concentrate on what we're doing here at the moment. Go to Costa Rica. Yeah, potentially in the future. I think you mentioned that in the last stream, didn't you? But again, if you want to suggest anything for us to fly on stream, then you need to go in the Discord and put it in there, because I will forget otherwise. Alright. Lackwed was following, I believe. There was 2 people following. There was Chris and someone else. I don't see them. Have you guys disappeared? Can you guys see me? I don't know what's going on. Oh, there's Schutz. Going in. Beautiful. Right. Okay, so let's get back round here then, and we're going to see if the glide path will capture this time. For some reason it didn't seem to want to work last time, but it might have just been me being lazy at sorting stuff out. Fernando, dude, you seem like a very, very nice guy, but spamming go to Costa Rica in the chat is really not going to change anything. I've said yes, I'll consider it for a future stream, and I've also advised you, if you want me to have the best chance of actually remembering that, then stick it in the Discord, and I can, when I'm doing my planning for my streams, then I can bring up my Discord and see what's being suggested, and then we can look at seeing if we can do it then. Commentator is still there. Okay, great stuff. Fair enough. No worries at all. Some sad news about the custom views on Xbox. It's actually really annoying because the things I want for Flight Simulator are all on third-party websites. I think Asobo should allow us to. Yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate, but you have to also remember the reason why that it is like that, and it's probably nothing to do with Asobo at the end of the day. I think it's unfair to point the finger at Asobo because you know, they're just making the sim. You know, they want everybody to have everything. That everybody, you know, they want people to all be on a level playing field. You know, I can't imagine there's any part of Asobo that says in a meeting, oh, right, we're definitely going to try and make the Xbox version worse than the PC version or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there is, but the way I see it is, you know, as great it is that the sim is on Xbox, you know, at the end of the day, the Xbox is a closed system. and you can't really expect it to have parity with the PC version just because of that reason. You know, it's just obviously the way Xbox is. It's the way it is, and it's the way it's always been. And the reason it's like that is for many, many reasons, which I'm not going to go into now. But it is unfortunate. And yes, when I used to be a console gamer, I used to wish the same thing. That's why I started. That's why I switched to PC. Well, partly anyway. But you know, Xbox is a closed system. You know, you don't need to maintain it really. You don't need to choose the parts that go inside it. You don't need to buy any extra software to make it work. You don't have to worry about security issues. You don't have to worry about compatibility issues. You don't have to worry about all these different things, all these bonuses that you get from using a console. But at the same time, you also have the compromise that you don't quite get the same sort of level of content that you would get on PC, for example. It's just how it is. You can't have your cake and eat it, I suppose, is probably the best phrase. Anyways, let's carry on with the descent here. And I'm going to vector myself like so. Let's arm LNAV. We're going to go 900 feet per minute. Aviation Beast and Patrick, welcome to the chat, dude. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing? Hey, Eric, dude, thank you so much. That is very, very kind of you. Sorry there's no notification. It's just because we're on the approach here. But thank you very much, dude. That's very, very generous. Yes, I will do that. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Right. Okay. Okay, so we've got LNAV capture there. Great stuff. Let's arm approach. See if it works this time. Because LNAV approaches should work in this aircraft. Is that the working title, CJ4? Of course, it is indeed. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to fly it visually. So I'm just going to be ready to take over. So at this next fix, we need to be at 1,340 feet. So we're definitely still a bit high. Let's give it a bit more vertical speeds. Altitude capture. And oh no, I've got 1,800 selected, not 1,300. God damn. Yeah, I don't think it's going to capture that vertical path. Let's just do a manual approach or a visual landing.
Autopilot.
Autopilot is disconnected. So we're going to go to flaps 15. Okay, let's get the gear down as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn the flight directors off if I can. Nav. There we go. And then flight directors. Oh, okay. I can't turn them off for whatever reason. It did this last time, I think. Okay, idle power was still a bit high. This is a very poor approach, both times actually. I'm really not that happy with this approach, but I think we're in a bit of a better position than we were last time. No, it's going to be a go-round again. We're way too fast. I need to focus up a bit here, guys. Let's see if we can manage it. Flaps 35. That is going to bring the speed off incredibly quickly. And I'm just going to purposefully float in ground effect here.
Altitude.
There we go. Wait, what? I've got full right rudder in now. Why is my rudder not working? Okay, it is working, but it doesn't want to go to the right for whatever reason. That is... Oh my god, dude. Come on. Left rudder. Okay, so it is actually working, but for some reason it's just... Yeah. I mean, 48 feet per minute. I'll take it. Oh dear. Oh, so much messing about there. I'm really not focusing up today, guys. Just because I'm trying to just chat to you guys. And that flight director thing is really quite annoying, to be honest. Let's get turned around. I mean, I'm not going to say for 1 minute that was a good landing, guys. It was butter, but it was it wasn't a good landing. Looks like Hobart. Yes, it certainly is, Patrick. Leon, welcome to the chat, dude. Hello to you in California. Thinking of getting this airport. Yeah. I mean, I've just got it today. I've not actually looked around it at all, so it should be quite interesting to share with you. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest landing in the world, was it, guys? But at the end of the day, we're just chilling here. We're just chilling. And my full attention isn't on the flying today, I'm not going to lie. All right, first thing I've noticed here is, let's just get the strobes and the pulse lights off. We get the flaps up and the spoilers retracted as well. First thing I noticed is the taxiway signage. Quite good, but something about it looks a little bit default. I think the font might be a default font. I'm not sure. Ground textures are quite good. I like this weathering along the center line here, and the runway textures look quite nice as well. Simone, I'll catch up to your message in a moment, dude, but I think you actually said the exact same thing in the last stream. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm not sort of responding to it immediately. Welcome to Hobart, guys. Look at that. Oh, that was too much braking. Had to hand fly mine as well, same RNAV arrival and same issue with the rudder. Interesting. Interesting. So, this is clearly a stand for a much bigger aircraft, but we're parking here anyway. Okay, parking brake is set. shut down both the engines here. And we'll get the kind folks here to turn on the ground power. We're going to clear the warnings. And we're going to turn the climate control off. And the pitot heat off as well. Should have come off already, really. Beacon light can come off. And the passenger lights. Shut up! Right then, welcome to Hobart, guys. Yeah, so with regards to the veering to the left, I think that's probably the weather vaning. I think it probably weather vaned. I think there was a left crosswind on the approach, if I remember correctly. You can see actually the wind just here coming from the... that looks like the west. So that's probably what it was. But I don't know why the winds are 250 at 11 knots. So yeah, I think that was probably just the aircraft weather vaning. There is a bit of an issue in the sim at the moment where the aircraft, the sort of the weather vaning is very pronounced. Like if you've ever flown the Arrow, which I know some of you guys have, that has very pronounced weather vaning. When you do a takeoff, it kind of veers to the left and right, and it's a bit crazy. And I guess this aircraft is doing it as well to a certain degree. But with regards to the RNAV approach, this aircraft should have flown it okay, to be honest with you. Maybe I messed up, but I mean, yeah, I messed up a little bit, but I feel like it should have captured the glide path on the first attempt there. But never mind. Never mind. It is what it is. I've flown many RNAV approaches in this aircraft though, so it should work. But hey ho, good thing it's nice to hand fly the CJ4. It's very, very nice. This morning I told one of your friends about your channel and your live stream, said he would try and come. Amazing, dude. Well, thank you very much for sharing my stream with one of your friends. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to end after this, but yeah, maybe I'll catch him on Thursday, something like that. Commentator, take it easy, Chris. Not Chris. The commentator, take it easy, dude. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for flying along. That was yeah, very nice flight. I have YSSY in the info. Oh, do I? Okay, maybe I changed my mind since I wrote that out. But yeah, I mean, if you always want to know the current flights in terms of where we are and where we're going, it's always in the top left of the screen, the two codes, and that is always up to date. Or mostly always up to date. Did I start the replay? I didn't know, to be honest with you. I didn't. But it was probably not worth watching back anyway, I'm not going to lie. Is this Orbx? It's available through Orbx, but the developer is actually NZA Simulations. And Simone, you were mentioning it earlier on about you wanted me to... You were imagining it dubbed in Brazilian Portuguese with the voice actor Cletzio Suto. So this actor, I think I remember you did mention this previously in the last stream. And I actually don't know who that voice actor is, but I'll have to look them up and see what the voice is like. It sounds very intriguing. Alright then, guys, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let's get out of the aircraft and have a bit of a look around. So this is obviously not a airport that was included in the the world update, but it is very nice. Very, very nice. Airports by the looks of things. And there were some really, really nice airports actually added in the world update. I don't know if you guys have checked them out yet, but there were some really, really nice ones. So I do recommend going to have a look around them. Right. Alright, let's jump off the aircraft anyway. I wish the door opened in this aircraft. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Alright, welcome to Hobart, guys. We're just gonna take ourselves just straight over to the terminal here. Put my high heels back on. Alright. Very nice. These ground markings pretty decent, but maybe a bit on the bright side. Could do with a little bit more weathering, I think, but overall, not too bad. Just have a quick look around the outside from the outside in to begin with. Look at that interior. That looks dope. Let's see if we can find our way inside. Alright, where's the door here? I feel like there should be a door. Oh, looks like we're morphing through the glass then. Beautiful. Look at that light coming in there though. That looks so good. Seating's very nicely modelled, isn't it? Sasha, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is pretty wild, this interior. Although, I will say, oh, look at the living moss wall. Fantastic. Oh my lord. We will take another look outside, guys, but just thought I'd have a quick look around here first of all. Let's see what beers they've got on draft. Ones that I can't read. Where are we going? What flights have we got from here? Sydney, Melbourne. That's it. Even have the noise inside the airport. Okay, Frederick, I'm just going to throw out a bit of a disclaimer here. The noise that you're hearing with the footsteps and the airport sounds, they are not part of the scenery, unfortunately. Imagine how that would be so cool though, wouldn't it? Little security area here. And we've got the check-in hall down there as well. Holy crap. They should include your sound effects with the mod. Yeah, they definitely should, shouldn't they? What we got here? We got some tasty foods. Oh, yes. What we got down here? We've got some sausage rolls. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go back through to the check-in hall and just have a look. What's going on through here? What they got in that bag? Oh, they've got a freaking gun in their bag. Jeez Louise, hope they didn't let them through. This guy's got some tongs and some other unidentified objects. Oh, now apparently I'm part of security now. I come the wrong way. I've come the wrong way. Oh, we're going to jump over the desk. Bypassing the metal detectors there. I've got nothing to hide though, I promise. Beautiful. Look at the land side though. That looks incredible, doesn't it? Wow. Can we read the text on here? Can we read the text? We can. Perfectly. I'm gonna get tased. Whoa, my lord! You guys seeing that? There's a bus just went past with branding on it and everything. Holy crap. That is impressive. That is seriously cool. Very good, very good. If you didn't mention it in the stream, people would go bonkers of it. Why they don't have the sounds? Yeah, exactly. That's why I needed to mention it 100%. Otherwise, it'd be a case of my name getting dragged through the mud for misleading people on the forums and whatnot. Oh, look at this little cute guy. What is this even? I'm not even sure what that is. Look at this bench though. That is some pretty impressive modelling just for a bench. Couple of nice little photos on the side here. The steps sounds like from a horror movie. Very good, very good. It is a bit, isn't it? I won't lie, but surprisingly there isn't that many videos that loop for such a long time with footsteps on YouTube, surprisingly. Tasmanian Devil. Could well be, could well be. Guy bus, that's what we just saw go past, isn't it? And we've got a little... Is this a baggage conveyor? It is. The baggage conveyor doesn't work, though. Ah. I want my money back. The baggage conveyor doesn't work. And it's all blocked up as well. Maybe that's why it's out of service. Alright, let's... Oh, the sky bus is here. Run. Run. And... Oh, we've missed the bus, guys. Come on. Bruh. Wow, look at this, guys. This is insane. This is the landside part of the airport as well. Absolutely nutty. Let's have a look over here. This looks kind of interesting. That beacon light over there, the airport beacon. It is indeed. Got these two big orange, like, what are they called? Silos up there. I noticed them when we're in the sky. You can see them from miles away. Look at this. This is the kind of unnecessary detail that I absolutely love. It's so unnecessary, really, but come on now. Crazy when you think about it. Like, this is a flight simulator, you know? None of this detail is really necessary whatsoever. Oh no, what's happened? My heels! There we go. Right, I'm running. Hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna go for a bit of a jog, guys. Going for a bit of a jog. It's messed up the sound a little bit, hasn't it? But fuck it. Where are we going? Let's have a jog through the airport here. I also realise it is totally not necessary to do it all from this level at all, but why not? Look at this. You can even read the text on the parking meter, or the where you pay for your parking. This is kind of crazy. We could spend forever doing this. Got a dude here. Musical shoes. Almost. This is crazy. Ace is getting some funny looks in his Chinese. Oh, mate. Am I trying to find my hire car? Well, I wasn't, but now I feel like I am. I feel like we're in the right place, roughly. Yeah, that's an interesting point, actually, Eric, isn't it? Only one other human, but they've put all this other detail in, but there's only one person. Alright, I think we're a bit lost here, guys. I think we're a bit lost. Do a bit of a jump there. Whoop! There goes the bus again. That bus is such a nice little detail there. Hertz rental car here. See, I've rented with Hertz a few times, right, guys? I rented with them a few times in the UK. They were really, really good in the UK, but once when I went to Portugal, I rented with Hertz. They absolutely had my pants down for all sorts of different crazy fees, which they just wouldn't back off on. So I don't like Hertz as much anymore. Look at this road, though. This is ridiculous. Like, this is all like custom textures for the roads and stuff. And then you've got all the signage down there as well. That is absolutely insane. I just saw some people then, but they disappeared. Whoa, look at this guy. What's going on, my guy? He's, is he trying to steal the hubcaps on this car, or what's going on here? Right then, guys, I'm going to speed this up a little bit now because I'm well aware that it's a little bit much, isn't it? Just doing the whole airport like that. Alright, let's have a look, see if we can find any more nice little tidbits here, because obviously there is a lot to unpack here. So we've got a Qantas Freight actual hangar right here, which seems to be freely accessible from the car park, which is quite interesting. And you can go straight through, and there's an aircraft here. What is this? Oh my days, what is this? Oh, it's an old 737, isn't it? It's just the modelling on it is very strange. I think it's an old 737, isn't it? With the, because you could tell from the engines, and then it's got the old eyebrow windows on there. Right, what else we got? Ground textures looking quite good. It's interesting, the ground textures have got this quite sort of magenta sort of hue to them. I wonder if that's how it is in real life. Very interesting. And that is about it, guys. I think we've more or less been through the whole airport. There's a few little buildings, but we're not going to go into everything here. They've got this Qantas Link aircraft here, 717. Oh, no. This one's modelled much better though, isn't it? And we've got a guy just trying to break in or something now. I'm not sure what he's doing. And then finally what I want to do is check the runway textures again. I mean, they looked pretty good on the way in, but runway textures, let's have a look. They're pretty good. Pretty good. I like the all the tyre marks on the turning circle here. Very, very heavy rubber marking here. It's almost got a bit of PBR to it. It almost shines. But yeah, pretty good. I wonder if this is accurate to the real airport. I imagine it is. Why else would you put in something like that? But there we are, guys. Welcome to Hobart. I was thinking of doing the return leg, but I didn't think it would take me this long to get to this point. So I think we are going to call it there. But I will catch up with the last few chat messages before we do. Let's just pop in here. Let's just grab a pew. Let's grab a pew somewhere, maybe about here. Let's grab a pew right here. And we'll get both the aircraft in. There we go. And let's, yeah, I'm just going to catch up with the chat. We'll get the terminal sound effects on, obviously. Gritty Man's walking around on Google Maps. It does look similar. Oh, great stuff. That is good to know. That is good to know. Maybe in the future we'll have all the airports modeled like that. Potentially, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, they're still working on the scenery gateway system, aren't they? So I'm holding out hope that obviously the community, once they're able to submit their airports for the community gateway system, then, you know, we get a lot more airports like this just included in the sim by default. But yeah, it would be really cool, wouldn't it, Eric? And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Challenger 900 add-on for X-Plane. That has basically the similar sort of situation. You can actually go to an FBO and get your flight plan and order your fuel and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.